Good evening, everybody. We are back with another episode.
Back with another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so right now we are going to talk about the finals, game 3.
Yes, sir.
Miami was able to make a comeback in this, well, not a real comeback, but, they were able to they were able to get a win, not be down 3-0, The series is more interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Buckets.
Hey, I got a theory, and I said this right after game 3. And I had to ask somebody else just so I could make sure. But my theory was that Eric finally gave up the key. Because did you see how Jimmy was playing last night? He was driving, dish. Because like the first 2 games without Bam and Goran Dragic, he was trying to figure out his in-between game, when to score, when to pass the ball, But he took a page right out of Braun's book, pretty much. Back to the basket game, the passes, he had a triple-double with 40 points, like that.
40 points with no threes.
Exactly. And what they did was that made me realize it's so similar to Braun, is the screen and rolls. And you seeing Braun, like after 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, Braun stopped switching the screens. Jimmy didn't score as much, but they were already down too low. But it was the screen and rolls. They switch it twice. So first they call the screen to get Braun off, then they call a second screen to get KCP or Kuzma or any of the smaller guards that's really gonna have trouble defending him. He just attacked him. He just put him in an ISO situation, put him in his wheelhouse, and got to his spots. So Eric, I'm very disappointed in you. I knew it was gonna come, but I thought it was gonna be like game 7. But
Oh no. He been coaching too long, man.
Nah. He gave up the secrets. I can't rock with him no more.
It's all good. I mean,
You see, Ty Lue kept his mouth shut because they blew the 3-1. That's how serious he was about it. He let the team blow a 3-1 lead before he gave Kawhi the key to what the GOAT do.
Ty Lue got stepped over by Allen Iverson too. His mind ain't been right since he got stepped over. So I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
They had a timeout when J.R. Smith was out there running around with the game tied up. What Bron say? How many timeouts we had? We have any timeouts? Yeah, we had them.
So why is he? It's okay, yeah. So
yeah.
What is your take on game 3?
I think Jimmy said they had to play close to a perfect game to have a chance.
Yeah.
And game 3, they came out and played close to a perfect game. And to think that they pulled the game out without having 2 of the other 3 star players or best players on the team, I believe they can come back, even though they may not be 100%. They still can maybe, I won't say change the series, but definitely make it more interesting than the first 2 games, or where you can tell that, Miami were missing their stars. Game 3, the role players played their roles. They did everything they were supposed to do. Played excellent defense. Gave Anthony Davis in foul trouble, which really changed the game and allowed Jimmy to attack the basket more because there wasn't a big man down low.
Right.
So, hopefully Bam could come out. I'm about to say game 3, game 4.
Yeah, he has been upgraded from doubtful to questionable as of yesterday afternoon when I looked at it. So it's gonna be good if he can come back. I don't think Goran Dragic is coming back. I looked up his injury because I didn't know what it was, but I knew like the plantar part.
Plantar fascia.
Yeah, plantar fascia. It's the foot. So that's like a 2 to 4 week recovery process. So personally, I don't think he's coming back. I do want Bam to come back, but I wasn't surprised that they got the win yesterday, because we talked about this, and I told you the one thing that makes them unique is they have no superstar. We saw this against Giannis when Jimmy put up like 36, 40 points thing there, and the next game, had 20 points and they still won. So the Lakers defense is going to change, but it all depends on how the Heat come out, on how you want to defend and your matchups, because Jimmy could go off again, and then at that point, let Jimmy go off, stop everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or, they could have an all even game where, you know, 4 different people score 20 points. The Heat are just weird like that. They don't have no leading scorer.
And that's what makes them. That's how they got there, honestly.
Yeah.
Having everybody on one accord, everybody's doing their job, and
the Lakers most definitely need to come out and not be lackadaisical.
a lot of turnovers at
Yeah,
first half.
yeah.
A lot of turnovers.
And that's the thing, like, game 2, they didn't have any, I think they had maybe 1 turnover in the entire second half. So that made a big difference. So they need to clean up on that, clean up on the boards. AD needs to get more touches, you know, get his little rhythm back. And LeBron needs to dominate.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. If Bam comes back, I can see it can make it more difficult for AD to get in rhythm because the way Bam defends.
Yeah.
So I like to see that matchup. Of course, no one can really stop LeBron, but Jimmy's an excellent defender, so
Yeah. Also,
go ahead.
their defense that they ran in game 3, that was very interesting. It shrunk the floor, so LeBron couldn't drive as much. He had to go back into, you know, his old bag where, you know, the bully balls, the spin moves, you know. He used some of his new games, you know, step through the Euros, delays, you know. But him getting to the basket is a tough problem for them, and that 3 in that mid-range is gonna have to be, you know,
On popping.
yeah. I have every faith in them. LeBron need to go ahead, wrap it up, get his 4th ring. You already know. So we can just go back to, you know, business as usual, and, you know, we still gonna crown GOAT James because he's GOAT James.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Like and subscribe.
Make sure you register to vote.
Register to vote, please.
Even though, you know, it's COVID, it's still October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Shout out Mama, breast cancer
Oh, yeah,
survivor.
shout
Shout out
out.
my grandma, breast cancer
Shout out
survivor.
my grandma too, breast
Yes,
cancer
sir.
survivor. Yes, sir. So that's all we got. We'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.